Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 10.
COVID-19 deaths in North Dakota have now climbed to 3. 2 more deaths reported today. Overall, there are 109 cases throughout the state. The 2 latest deaths are a woman in her 80s from McHenry County who acquired COVID-19 from community spread, and a man in his 70s from Morton County who contracted the virus the same way. 19 people in North Dakota remain hospitalized. In Minnesota, there are 576 positive cases. That's up from 503 just yesterday. 10 people have died. 56 people are in the hospital right now. All 223 adult day centers across Minnesota must close their doors immediately after receiving a notice from the state. And state health officials are also working with the Minnesota National Guard, scoping out potential buildings that they could convert to a medical facility for patients. New tonight at 10, Essentia Health is reducing its staff and redirecting its resources in anticipation of a COVID-19 surge. The company announcing it's placing about 500 non-medical employees across 4 states on what's called special administrative leave. The employees will maintain health insurance for now and can also apply for unemployment benefits. Essential Health CEO Dr. David C. Herman released a statement saying, in part, the decision to refocus our operations is difficult, and we recognize and regret the hardship this uncertainty will have on our coworkers and their families. This is a big week for thousands of students and educators as they resume the education process from a distance. Moorhead Public Schools wrapped up its first day of online learning amid the COVID-19 pandemic. Valley News Team's Katie Opperly asked a local family how they are adjusting to the changes.
7-year-old Porter Smith was hard at work as Moorhead Area Public Schools began instruction online.
It is the best because I get to do Dreambox whenever I want. It's like a math where we have like we have like a choice of activities that we can do.
Since the closure of schools in Moorhead, Porter's family made sure to keep a schedule where education continues, so they were ready for distance learning to begin.
This has just been a great way to add to it. But as we dive in, every morning he gets a video message from his teacher, so he keeps that connection. And she started off the video with a picture of their class and reminds him of his friends, and kind of gives us incentive to keep connected as much as we can.
For pre-K through grade 4, parents have been supplied with home learning packets with a message from their teachers and flexible materials. 5th grade to 12th grade teachers meet with their students virtually and track their lessons.
I wasn't trained to be a teacher, so just having ideas of ways that we can keep them on the right path.
The district says they are taking it all in stride after what they say was a successful first day.
We'll make some tweaks as we go, primarily where I think we're going to focus the largest tweaks on where are the students not engaging or not showing up online, and then how do we work immediately with their families, their parents, or their guardians to make certain that they do step into the learning and that they're engaging.
Joe says the teacher interaction and resources help the family stay grounded as they all navigate through their new reality.
When you go to school every day, you have English at the same time, you have math at the same time, lunch at the same time, and trying to bring that into a less structured environment is challenging at times. I feel like I've been challenged to become a better parent. Just focusing on these guys more.
In Moorhead, Katie Opperly, Valley News Live.
And at this time, distance learning for Moorhead schools is scheduled to run through April 30th. Fargo and West Fargo get going on Wednesday. In tonight's schemes and rip-offs, the checks aren't even printed yet, and already the FBI plus several state attorneys general are warning about scammers promising expedited stimulus checks. If you are eligible, remember, you do not need to pay any fees. You'll receive a notice by mail about 2 weeks after the check is processed. It will show the amount, how it was sent, and an IRS phone number to call if the funds don't arrive. Those who file taxes electronically will likely receive a direct deposit. So much of the coronavirus story is watching numbers, but equally important is the context. Valley News Team's Lee Zurich worked with doctors to look at testing numbers by state and which states might truly have many more cases than are being reported.
3 states have been labeled as coronavirus hotspots: Washington, New York, and Louisiana. Those 3 states have more per capita cases, but they've also tested more residents for coronavirus than any other state.
Testing as often as you can is really a major part of trying to curb this outbreak.
New York has tested 886 out of every 100,000 residents. Washington, 859. Louisiana, 739. Compare that to Virginia, testing just 141 out of every 100,000 residents. Kentucky, 134, and Nebraska, just 121. On our COVID-19 tracker map, the light colors and gray areas in Texas indicate few positive cases across the state. Texas has tested about the same number of its residents as Louisiana. When you compare populations, again, while Louisiana tests 739 out of every 100,000 residents, Texas is at just 123. Right now, Louisiana has 1,200 more confirmed coronavirus cases than Texas.
Could it be that some states' numbers are artificially lower because they are not testing as much?
Yeah, I think that the general rule of thumb is that the more testing you do, the more cases you're going to find.
Our analysis, along with consultation with 2 doctors, has pinpointed a few states that might have artificially low numbers. Doctors say low testing rates combined with higher positive return rates could show signs of a growing problem. In other words, states that test a lower number of residents, but of those residents tested, they return a higher positive rate. Those states include Michigan, Indiana, Georgia, and Oklahoma.
Testing in the U.S. has improved over the past week, but it's still not coming close to the testing being done in South Korea. South Korea tests 680 out of every 100,000 residents. In the United States, it's 261.
Those numbers mean people like this Virginia resident continue to wait. She's been sick for 2 weeks, but says she can't get tested. There's not enough of them. Her message, not good. Stay safe, people.
Also new at 10, Jamestown police are warning you of a high-risk sex offender living within that city. 47-year-old Leslie James Clam currently resides at 1610 Business Loop East. He's described as an American Indian, male, 6 feet tall, with brown hair and brown eyes. Clam was charged with gross sexual imposition in 1998 for assaulting an 18-year-old girl. He is currently on probation. The Red River is expected to crest Friday through Fargo-Moorhead, somewhere around 31 feet. Minor flooding is already impacting transportation, forcing the city of Moorhead to close roads and bridges. 3rd Street from 2nd Avenue South to 4th Street North is closed, as well as the 15th Avenue North Bridge. Starting at noon tomorrow, officials will be closing the Brookdale Road underpass by the floodwalls in Moorhead, as well as 3rd Street North from 4th Street North to Center Mall Avenue. Woodlawn Park has been closed, and Gooseberry Park will close tomorrow at noon as well. Officials also say that they expect riverfront trails to be impacted. They are asking hikers to stay safely away from the river's edge. Residents at a South Fargo assisted living center were treated to classical music this evening from their windows. Tim Flackel organized the violin street performance to help entertain the folks at Edgewood Vista who are on lockdown, including his parents. That's why Tim reached out to soloist Kelsey Ann Buell.
They loved it. I mean, they're going to need a plastic surgeon to get the smile off their face. Music has the ability to really melt down some of the barriers that exist, whether it be contact barriers or other things. And it was just a great opportunity, I felt, for really to give them a big musical hug.